Hi, Kamryn. It's Ashley here. Thank you for sharing with us your discussion. I enjoyed listening to it. I actually do like the video discussions. I feel like they help us learn different perspectives and to know if we're on the same boat as others. And it just makes me feel a little bit better that I don't know everything. And I'm happy that I see other people who are unsure too and uncertain. And so I feel like these are actually good for us to be doing. And they're actually the first things that I always look forward to doing, just because I like to talk. um, so, so going to the video, the first one about the youth, the struggling middle schooler. So I noticed too about the counselor. I felt he was very, I don't know. I felt like he was a little negative. And I noticed too that he kept shutting the boy down, and then I noticed that the student would just kind of be upset and frustrated with it and kind of give him a little attitude if you noticed so yes, and I feel like what I would do differently is kind of the same as you also. I just would feel to try to make him feel welcomed, and hopefully I would already have built a relationship with the student. And if I didn't already know this student, and if this was my first time talking with him or seeing him in my office, I feel like I would just try to make him feel welcomed. It's very difficult for youth, for kids, to find trusting adults in their life, and I feel like a lot of youth just go unrecognized. I feel like a lot, I don't know, I feel like a lot of parents, adults, just kind of belittle underage people, like youth, whether it's elementary, middle school, high school. They're all kids at the end of the day, because they have their whole life ahead of them. They think they know everything. That's just part of life. Everyone goes through it. And so that's why I feel like I have patience, because I remember being that age and thinking I knew everything. And well, no, I don't. I learned a lot. And if I could go back, I'd change lots of things. But we can't go back. So you just have to keep moving forward. And you could be the influence that you wish you had in your life at that time. So for me, I want to be an adult that kids feel comfortable with, that they feel like, oh, I'll go with Miss Zapata because I feel comfortable. I feel like she actually does care about me. I feel like she's just not here just to be here. She looks like she just fun. I don't know, fun. And it's not always going to be fun though, but welcoming. She's non-judgmental is the word. Yes. And I feel like another thing that I had noticed, the second thing was that, so building relationships with students. So I noticed that the student also, he was just kind of struggling to open up, right? And I felt like the counselor was kind of pushy as well. And the student looked like he did not feel comfortable and that he didn't really want to be talking with the guy and just his voice and everything. But I feel like I definitely agree with you, and I definitely don't want to push myself on the students, and I don't want to push them and force them to open up, because they're like, well, why not? Well, why are you doing that? Well, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's a horrible drawing. I feel like we need to take the time to just be calm, be here in the moment, and then actually take the time and ask them deeper questions and try to understand them, like you had mentioned in your discussion. Try to understand the students. Take the time to ask those deeper questions, and well, why do you draw those, and things like that. Those kinds of questions that lead them into a deeper thought, not just yes, no, maybe, I don't know, okay. One where they're able to express themselves more. Questions where they're able to, they don't have the option of just a one word response, where they actually have to do explain themselves. So that's what I would do, to try to build relationships with my students, because at the end of the day, they're coming to you, and you just hope to be a good influence on them. So on the second part from the video about the girl, I think she was a junior. So the high schooler, she wanted to go to or be a teacher, right? Because of her aunt was one, and she liked her aunt, and she liked poetry, right? So I feel like definitely the youth look around in their lives and see the influence they have in their lives. I know for me, a lot of my family didn't go to college, so I was definitely one of the first ones. Not the very first one, because my aunt, on my dad's side, she's the only one who went on my dad's side from all his family. She was the first one to go. And it's funny because she was a teacher and then she was a counselor. And it's funny because that's something I've always known I wanted to do. And I feel like maybe it was an influence because of her, because I saw she always did have, she had a nice house. She didn't have a nice car because she was like, she would say, well, I'd rather have a nice house than a nice car. And so my car right now is all beat up. I'm like, well, I don't have a house yet, but hopefully soon, by the time we finish the program. But my car is all beat up, and I'm gonna leave it like that because it's fine. But so she was a teacher and then a counselor. And then that's funny because that's what I'm doing now. And that was not intentional. That's just something I knew I always wanted to do. I always knew I wanted to teach, and then I wanted to be a counselor, and that's just something that I was going to make happen. So definitely I feel like the family members have a big influence in our lives. So I feel like just exposing students who don't have that opportunity, who don't have that influence at home, I feel like exposing them at school whenever we have opportunities, like it was saying in the reading in our discussions, how providing career options for them to explore, whether visiting the middle school, whether visiting the college, the universities around us, or a few hours away, whether visiting or having a career expo, or having different career occupationists come to the school and read to the kids, or have like an event, or just having a parent night and things like that. I feel like those are some good examples to let the students become more aware. So thank you for sharing, and I look forward to listening to more from you and learning from more. We have one more video discussion after this one. Oh my goodness, but I'll see you soon. Thank you.